When we experience deep pain, grief, or loss in life, we naturally seek relief from that pain. And it's not like we haven't tried to find relief. We've tried it all. We've tried doing more, working more, having more social engagements, hobbies, exercise, or just getting on with life. We've also tried doing less, cutting back on work, sleeping in, taking long baths, going for walks. And we've tried food, binge watching online sitcoms, alcohol, cigarettes, sex, and just giving it time. It doesn't seem to matter when we first experience the pain. Time does not necessarily allow it to subside. We simply learn to cope with it better. Doing more or speeding up is simply us distracting ourselves from feeling the pain. Doing less or slowing down can lead to us bathing in the painful feelings without actually finding relief from them. And everything else is just a temporary feel-good coping mechanism that helps us to get by. And this is where we kind of get confused and frustrated, because despite everything we try, nothing truly reaches the pain underneath. Now I'm going to give you a very simple practice a little bit later, which will allow you to start teaching your system safety so that you can recover from living with pain. The reason nothing truly comforts us is because the pain has never left our system. The nervous system still believes we are in danger even long after the original experience has passed. And we kind of end up feeling stuck in this pain, numb and kind of lonely. Depression and anxiety become normal. Functioning properly and fitting into society is difficult, and we wonder if there's a point to all of this. Our experiences in life leave us dissatisfied, unfulfilled, and feeling lost. And yet we are still alive. Our instincts for surviving are greater than our pain. Our body and our mind, our entire system is trying to protect us and keep us alive, as it was designed to do. The survival mechanism is a highly developed system in human beings, and indeed in all mammals. It warns us when danger is near. It tells us to fight, or to run away, or to protect ourselves. But there's also a third reaction, which is very common: freezing in fright in the hope that the danger will not see us, like playing dead, and pass by without attacking us. Our system, particularly our nervous system, stores the information of all of our encounters with danger and creates ways to protect us from it in the future. The emotions, thoughts, and reactions we experience during those encounters become stored information in the mind and the body. Our nervous system remembers. This is why people can feel unsafe, anxious, or emotionally shut down years after the original experience has passed. When we are exposed to very strong emotional experiences, the shock is stored in the body and our system becomes stuck in that experience, those first emotions as well as our reaction to them. I'm going to teach you a simple practice that will help you teach your nervous system safety again, but I'll get to that a little bit later. Once our system has stored this information, any situation or circumstance that we encounter after that, which even remotely reminds us of that first encounter, will set off a reaction, a warning in our system to fight, to run, or to freeze up, to hide in plain view by being quiet and making ourselves appear small or invisible. That first encounter becomes the benchmark for all future encounters. That is why we feel lonely in our pain. We avoid possible future encounters of the same kind. We withdraw within ourselves and hide from circumstances that might bring up the same emotions again. Never having released the original emotions and our reaction to them in the first place, it becomes stuck in our system and we become certain that it is going to happen again. But just as the nervous system learned its own safety methods in the past, it can also learn something new now. It can learn genuine safety again. To relieve the pain, we must dig deeper. Without addressing the pain of that first encounter and being safe to release it, we remain stuck in a cycle of grief, pain, and loneliness. We can cultivate safety for our nervous system again, and in this state of safety, painful stored emotions can be released. This is also called nervous system regulation. This means we can regulate our emotions independently from outside sources of support. A nervous system that can regulate itself begins to change how we experience everyday life. We can feel calmer and safer in our bodies. We can sleep more deeply. We can experience less emotional overwhelm, less anxiety, and less numbness. We can begin to feel present again, connected again. We can begin to have more energy and vitality for life, for our interests, our projects, and our dreams. And very importantly, we can feel less in need of comfort.
Für die ist jeder, der da wohnt, ist ein echter Hamas-Anhänger dafür. Dabei haben die erst 2006 das einzige und erste Mal gewählt und seither war.
When the nervous system begins to feel safe again, remarkable things can happen. The body can stop bracing for danger. The mind can become quieter. Emotions can become easier to embrace and appreciate. Life can start to flow again instead of that blocked, stuck feeling. Things can start feeling like they are moving and flowing again. And slowly, life can begin feeling lighter. Your first 2 steps toward nervous system safety are learning how to breathe again and starting a regular practice for learning it. Any new activity takes time before it becomes a natural part of your routine, so don't worry if you skip a few days and forget to practice your breathing. Simply start again and don't give up, because the changes that it brings over time are totally worth it. Now I'm going to teach you a very simple breathing practice that has helped me on my journey of healing and nervous system recovery. And I've written a free guidebook which gives you a simple practice to start with, combining 3 main elements: slow, gentle breathing, reconnecting to the body, and the safe release of emotions. The link to that is in the description below. But for now, I'm going to show you how to get started with breathing slowly. If you're like me, after 30-40 years of living in survival mode, struggling with depression and anxiety, you may find it difficult at first, but the body can learn this. You can learn this for your own nervous system safety routine. Now you're going to sit or stand in a comfortable position. I like to close my eyes as this reduces outside stimulation and distraction. Now inhale slowly and steadily, then exhale slowly and steadily, like this. If you find yourself gasping for breath and unable to stay calm, simply try again. You can try again as long as it takes to breathe slowly and stay calm while doing so. There are some things you can do to help increase your lung capacity and your ability to do this kind of breathing in general. Any kind of exercise that gets your heart and lungs pumping has a positive effect on your practice of slow, steady breathing. Also, you can try holding your inhale when your lungs are full to the count of 2 or 3, and holding the exhale when your lungs are completely empty to a count of 2 or 3. This teaches your system that you're okay even without the active movement of breathing. It also supports your ability to breathe more slowly over time. You may also find it helpful to actually tell yourself that you're okay while you're breathing slowly. I have found this to be very helpful myself. This slow, gentle breathing practice is the first layer or foundation for learning nervous system safety. In future videos, I'll be adding more layers to this practice, further simple techniques which, when we combine them together, increase the positive effect of our routine on our nervous system and indeed our whole system. I have called the practice in my guidebook a nervous system reset, but it doesn't work like a computer or a machine. There is no reset button on your nervous system that you can push once and have a completely fresh, safety-focused system. It is a practice that you need to do over and over again in order to teach your system a new way of being, safety, resilience, and emotional regulation. How often you should do this practice, how long for, and how quickly you might feel results are all questions that are answered in my free guidebook. Click on the link in the description below to get your free PDF and start teaching your nervous system safety. And be kind to yourself. You are so worth it.